If you want to learn how to go from this to this in Zoom and literally blow people's minds, this is the video for you. In this video, I'm going to tell you the 5 ingredients it takes to show up like this in Zoom and literally blow people's minds. #flex. And if we're just meeting, hi, I'm Goodrich. I'm a creative strategist. I make content here on TikTok. I also have a podcast, but my favorite thing is teaching people how to show up magnetically in virtual meetings and in video. And the fact that I spent 15 years as a commercial photographer helping people look amazing definitely helps. But really quickly, before we get into it, I have a favor to ask you. I know you are an amazing, generous human, and if this content resonates you, will you do me the favor of liking and commenting? That really helps support my channel and helps my videos get seen. And if you want to learn how to exude your big deal energy, full sparkatality in video, subscribe. Just make sure when you do, you turn on all notifications so you never miss a video. The first and most important ingredient is lighting. Now, if you watch some of my other videos, you'll know that I have a lot to say on lighting. You don't need to spend a crazy amount of money in order to get beautiful light. You can use a window, or you can look at my playlist and dig into some of the fantastic techniques to get super flattering light. The most important thing to remember is an acronym I made up called SAIL, which means soft, angled from above, in front, and large. Most of what determines the quality of light are the modifiers you use, or how you change and sculpt light, from a hard light source to one that's soft and flattering. I can't go into all the details in this video, but lucky for you, I have so many linked below, you can dig right in. The next way to instantly level up the quality of light is using 3 layers. So what are mine? You want a key light, a background light, and motivated light. So let me show you what I mean. Let's start from the beginning. So this is my setup with just the little bit of natural light that's coming in from my window. This is the base. Let's start with the key. This is my key light, which means it's the primary light that's going to light my face. It's soft, angled from above, in front, and large. Then I pump it up with one more, and that makes the base layer light that's hitting me. Next are the background lights. And one of the best things to do with your background light is change the color temperature. So you can see mine are looking a little bit bluish and purple. And because of the difference between the key light, which is warmer, and this purplish light behind me, there's this beautiful separation between me and the background, and it definitely feels more polished. Next are the motivated, and this motivated layer comes from cinema and is really this sparkle layer that sells it. They're lights where we see the reason for them being there. So things like lamps that would naturally be in your environment. And you'll notice that they're also a different color temperature. The kind of mixing is really what makes it layered and beautiful. And the last little sprinkle is my bounce card. Next ingredient is video quality. Even if you have the most amazing lighting in the world, you're gonna hit a bit of a roadblock if you're using the webcam that's in your computer, or even a webcam in general. Not that there aren't some that can make things look beautiful, but overall, in order to level up in a crazy amazing way, we want to use a separate camera. For example, my camera here is super expensive. It's a Canon 5D Mark IV. It is entirely unnecessary because it's primarily a photo camera. But I just recently bought this Canon M50 Mark II, and let me tell you, I've used it in Zoom and the quality is. If you use a separate camera like that, you're going to need a capture card, like the Elgato Cam Link, which I use. But if you don't have that, you can even level up using your phone. And I have a video right here where I go over all of that and make it super easy for you. The important thing is to make sure the exposure is correct, or how light or dark it is, that your skin tone is reflecting in an accurate way. So using a separate camera or an app that can help you control that really levels up your quality. So what if you want to get this blurry, buttery background I've got going on here? Well, I hate to burst your bubble a little bit, but you really are not going to be able to do that without using a camera and a lens. Here's why. This blurry background behind me is what's called a shallow depth of field. And it means that the camera lens has a short amount of what it's going to keep in focus, leaving the rest to blur in a really beautiful way. Because traditionally, lenses like this have always been super expensive, it indicates to us when we see it that it's high quality. In order to get this, you need a camera with a lens that goes down to a really wide aperture. It's very similar to the way your iris is, that when the light gets low, in order to see, your iris gets bigger. We need a lens that's gonna open up really wide like that. These are measured in f-stops, and you want an f-stop that is below 4, 2.8, 2, 1.8, 1.2. These are all f-stops that are gonna give you that really rich and buttery look. For example, this kit lens that came with the M50 is awesome. It has a focal range of 15 to 45, which means it's zoomable, but the smallest aperture is 3.5. So I bought this lens for $200 more, which is not zoomable, but it goes down to an f-stop of 2.0. One example that I absolutely love is by this creator named Harrison, and you can see if you really focus on the background and watch that f-stop number, member, you can see the difference. I'll link my M50 kit below that really works wonderfully. But just remember, if it's not in your budget right now, it doesn't mean it won't be in the future, and you definitely don't need it to have amazing quality. And there might be a weird cheat hack using kind of a green screen effect if you don't use an external camera that I've kind of seen floating around. I'm not sure if I believe it. So if that's interesting to you, comment below and I'll make a video about it because I'm kind of curious how it will go. Next ingredient is your background, and a lot of people don't think about this. Now, if you see my video Zoom mistakes, you'll know that I really don't think it's good to have a virtual background, and I explain why in the video. So let's assume you're gonna use the background that you're in. What you wanna think about is keeping it simple, but having enough that it gives us a little glimpse into your life and personality, because we love that feeling of getting to know you a little bit. But you don't want it to be too clunky. You want to make sure that you have negative space around your head so that we can really prioritize and focus on you. Did I have this naturally behind me? No. I did this like a set. I just had a blank wall. I put some IKEA dressers down there and put a couple things on top so it feels that way. You don't need to have it be like a natural hanging out space in your home. You can treat it like it's that and strategically put the things that are going to give us the right vibes about who you are. Last ingredient, which is clutch, is this software called Ecamm Live. Let me tell you, it is phenomenal, and once I started incorporating this, it just took us right into a whole new world. So let's cut to my desktop really quick so you can see what I'm rocking with. This is my Ecamm Live setup, and what I've done is I've set up all these different scenes that I can switch between in Zoom. For example, I can show up with all my logo and information, which I do when people generally don't know who I am yet. Or if somebody asks, I can add an overlay about the new course I have coming up. I can also share what's on my other computer screen, and these are my notes for this video, for example. And I can do that all without needing to share in Zoom. It just comes through as my camera feed. This has been super amazing whenever I want to just show somebody something or go into any of my lessons that I have for workshop. And I love Ecamm Live because there's so much functionality, and I've just begun to scratch the surface, but if you want to go deeper, I'm happy to make more videos about it because I love it so much. Hashtag not sponsored, they're just my fave. Now, if you want to go deeper on this and have me walk you through my step-by-step process and include some pieces on charisma and nonverbal cues, you are in luck because my course, Magnetic and Virtual Meetings, is enrolling right now. It's a live 4-week course where we work together to help you level up your magnetic energy, presence, and quality in virtual meetings. And there's a link below to check it out. Since you made it to the end, might I suggest you check out this video that I made all about whether or not you're doing things that are actually annoying in video and virtual meetings. There are so many nonverbal and verbal things that we do that might be subconsciously turning people off. So of course I talk about those, but also how to fix them so you can show up with your full charisma and big deal energy. Bye.